Good day, everybody. We are doing some very fun Bridgerton inspired hair today. My hair is freshly washed yesterday. I just let it air dry and I put in some dry shampoo before going to sleep. I use the Nioxin Dry Cleanser and it works so well at giving my hair some extra life. If you want to see how I got this makeup look, check out my previous video where I did it because I think I did a decent job. We're gonna do some braids, and first of all, it's important to keep out those ridiculous bangs that this girl has. So I'm just gonna grab my grown-up bangs here. And I'm going to really try and fashion these appropriately later. It actually is easiest to style hair that is not freshly washed. It gives a little bit of extra grit. Just curling my hair here into like a little rosette almost, and I'm gonna put 2 bobby pins just to hold it down as I'm doing the braids. Puff Me Light. This is a nice texturizer that you can see applies in just this very fine mist, and it gives you some serious grit. If the Nioxin Dry Shampoo is too expensive, I would absolutely recommend the Collab Volume Extreme. This stuff is so good. So just blending that through, trying to massage it into the hair, because if you have fine hair like myself, you're gonna need some texture to hold the braid in. Boxer braids are actually possible even with short hair. Starting off by grabbing just a chunk at the front here, making sure it's brushed. I turn my hand on its back almost to create the 3 pieces that I'm gonna work with. And a boxer braid is actually reversed. If you want to see a regular braided hairstyle, I'll link that video below where I show some second day hairstyles. So I'm starting at the back and just bringing each piece under versus over. So under, and then this part at the front is gonna go under and then trade places with the middle. It's not that intuitive. I mean, braiding isn't that intuitive to begin with, but this does not have to be perfect. So I just did 2 rows of the boxer braid here, and then I'm gonna start collecting hair to pull in, and then I'm gonna grab another piece down here. I like to almost set up my pieces before doing the braiding. It's just a bit more systematic. Go, and then a piece in the middle. So I'm just adding to each individual section, kind of trying to finger comb as I go and pulling the piece under. I like to work in, as I mentioned, kind of a systematic way. So I always know that the piece at the back is going to be my starting piece so that I don't get confused as to where I am. So again, piece, and pulling it underneath. Finger combing as we go. You can grab a brush as well, but I find that using my nails and my hands actually is more than enough to comb out. So 1, 2, to get that great braid. So you can see the braid is forming here. I'm going to continue working down the side of my head, finger combing as we go. And now I'm actually adding to each piece to create that nice waterfall effect. And just kind of pulling, I kind of release actually the piece that I'm working on and pull up the hair here. So as I tuck the hair underneath, I'm just going to pull in a bit of hair. And I like to, as you can see, whenever my braiding strips trade places, I like to finger comb out the bottom so that it doesn't get too bumpy. Really twisting, pulling that piece under. Here I'm getting closer to the neck, so I'm gonna pull some of that hair underneath here. Honestly, you guys, using that texturizing product makes the world of a difference to hold the strands in place. And as you can see too, once I tuck the pieces under, I try to really yank them kind of hard to make sure my hair is straight. See, I notice there's a bit of a bump forming here, so I'm just gonna finger comb that down. You want it to be very clean. The back of the ear is when things start to get a little bit tricky, so I'm going to actually switch my hands around. I'm going to just hold all of the pieces with one hand, and then I just transfer into the other hand. And I remember that this back piece has to go next, so I'm going to start braiding from the back, and this just alleviates the pressure on your hands and allows you to now kind of go by memory, because I don't have two mirrors set up, and just start to continue the braiding as you did towards the back. Again, this back portion does not have to be perfect, just trying to flatten out and pull in the hair sections as we go. So I'm stopping here and I just have a little clear elastic, and I am going to tie off the end of this braid at the nape of the neck. I'm going to use a little bun at the back to kind of bring it all together. So let me do this other side so that you can see the braid once again. So starting with almost like a 2" by 2" section at the front here, I'm flipping my hand to create my 3 pieces. That's just how I like to do it. I'm beginning with the back piece of hair there, pulling the pieces underneath that working middle strip of hair. And I'm gonna do 2 full passes before pulling any additional hair pieces in. So just because this piece at the front is free, I'm gonna add a bit of hair to it and then pulling tight each time. So yeah, just continuing to kind of like comb the hair in as I go. The only way to get good at braiding is by practicing. What perfect time than a lockdown to start learning these little skills. I'm almost at the back of the ear section. I'm just going to put another little elastic in to hold the braid in place. This side is my winning side, so let's focus on that one. And then we have these kind of leftover bits at the back. So this is where I'm going to show you my little donut hack. So clearly my hair is not that long and I do not have a wig on, so I'm going to use the donut to pull my hair through like this, okay? All the hair at the back. I'm going to cover the donut with the hair in a way that hopefully will cover it up almost entirely. So this is going to give me the look of like a little chignon. Pull the elastic over the top. I'm just going to grab one more elastic to fix down any of these other little scragglers. Just pulling it right the way over to tuck those in. I completely forgot about these. I'm just gonna moisten the hair a little bit here with some water, using my favorite hair tool ever, the Revlon heated airbrush, just to flatten these out. Just using this little boar brush to kind of find my part. Pulling these 2 pieces to create kind of that dramatic little bang. So I'm literally going to twist this piece because it is my cowlick side and it is super dramatic. So I'm just going to twist right at the end of that piece of hair and tuck it up into the braid. As I did on the other side, I'm going to grab this piece of hair, twist the ends a little bit. Right where the end meets the braid, I'm grabbing a short bobby pin, just sneak it right, almost pointing it upwards into the braid to hide it, soften it to cover the face. I love how it looks just like this. I'll do a little spin to show you the back. This is so comfortable, so easy. You can do it yourself just with some practice. Grab everything you need, you know, via Walmart. I'll put some links below. Send me a DM on Instagram if you do figure out how to do this look for yourself. I think it's so fun, it's so flirty, and I feel like I need to do this little, you know, bang thing more often. I think it's super adorable. So thank you guys for watching my tutorial. If there are any other hairstyles that you want me to try from the show, send them to me because I would love to do it. So subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!